Get 3 months of local news for just 99 cents a month. You'll get unlimited access to the news you need to stay engaged and connected to your community. Visit duluthnewstribune.com/subscribe now to get 3 months of local news for only 99 cents a month.
Hello, Northlanders. It's Monday, June 5th. I'm White Buckner with your Duluth News Tribune Minute, presented by Minnesota Power Employees Credit Union.
The average MPECU member saves over $785 a year in better rates and lower fees. And with MPECU, every ATM is your ATM. With their free checking program, you get ATM fee reimbursements at any ATM anywhere in the U.S. Check out Minnesota Power Employees Credit Union's services online at mpecu.com or visit their offices in downtown Duluth, Arrowhead Road, or Miller Trunk Highway.
Now here's a look at today's headlines. It may come as no small surprise that given the city's hills and winter weather, Duluth goes through a lot of road salt each year, with a 5-year average annual consumption of nearly 15,600 tons. But some local officials are suggesting the city had best consider switching to a lower sodium diet. Ryan Granlund, Duluth Stormwater Coordinator, noted that road salt is far and away the biggest contributor to 3 local designated trout streams being designated as impaired waterways. Those streams include Miller, Kingsbury, and Keene Creeks. And additional local trout streams also are on the cusp of impairment, according to Granlund, who said Duluth's Coffee, Merritt, Chester, and Tisher Creek stand, quote, at high risk of impairment, end quote, unless the city changes its ways. Jeff Vukolich, operations coordinator for Duluth's Street Maintenance Department, suggested Duluth should be a regional leader, but is instead being outpaced by St. Louis County following its $11.5 million investment in new equipment. He explained that the updated snowplow fleet has enabled the county to branch out into applying different types of sodium solutions that reduce salt consumption and runoff, compared with the granular salt and sand mixture that Duluth primarily uses. Granlund said it takes just 1 teaspoon of salt to permanently pollute 5 gallons of fresh water, noting that the mineral can't be removed effectively and does not naturally degrade. He said salt-laden water molecules are heavier and often sink to the bottom of a water body, impairing water quality, damaging vegetation, and even disrupting natural cycles. Vukolich suggested the city of Duluth could be more strategic in its use of salt, applying it when conditions make such treatment most effective. He said the city also could consider a chloride management ordinance that would regulate the use of salt by others, including big box retailers intent on clearing massive parking lots of snow and ice. He advised that the city likely will need to make some significant investments to up its own game, however. Vukolich and Granlund's recent presentation was meant to bring their concerns to the city council's attention and to educate the public about the issue. They intend to revisit the council at a later date to discuss possible next steps, the likely costs involved, and the benefits, including cost savings that could arise from investing in new equipment. The former home of Arrowhead Refinery on the corner of US Highway 53 and Ugstad Road could someday become a new business park based on an environmental assessment conducted by the city of Hermantown through the Minnesota Environmental Quality Board. The site, along with nearby plots of land, underwent an alternative urban area-wide review process that examines the environmental impact of various possible developments on the site. Essentially, the review is a, quote, planning tool to understand how different development scenarios will affect the environment of their community before the development occurs, end quote, according to the state board's website. It identifies areas of concern such as the traffic levels that developments would generate, as well as how waterways and wetlands would be impacted, and it provides plans to avoid future contamination. City Administrator John Mulder said part of the reason for engaging with this type of planning process is also due to the site's history. The site was removed from the Environmental Protection Agency Superfund site list 2 years ago. A Superfund site is a polluted location which requires a hazardous material cleanup. As a refinery, the site processed recycled oil and required the landowners to do a lot of remediation work to clean it up. The review of the site has been published by the board and is now available on the City of Hermantown's website at hermantownmn.com/bizpark. A 30-day review period is set to end June 15th, after which the city staff has 15 days to respond to any comments or questions raised during the review period. It will then go back to the City Council for approval. A man in his 70s was rescued Sunday afternoon after he reportedly slipped from the edge of a trail around 7800 Congdon Boulevard and fell approximately 20 feet off a cliff along Lake Superior. Bystanders reported the fall to 911, according to a report from the Duluth Fire Department. Firefighters were able to locate, access, package, and extricate the patient to the parking area, where a Mayo ambulance began treating the patient. The man suffered some undisclosed injuries, but was conscious and talking, according to the report. He was transported to a local hospital. Now here's a look at your forecast, brought to you by the Superior Telegram's history podcast, Archive Dive.
Weather for the Duluth area today, much cooler to start off this week with an east breeze coming off the lake. That's going to keep temperatures down in the low 60s for this afternoon with mostly cloudy skies, dropping into the upper 40s tonight, and then temperatures right around 60 degrees for Tuesday and Wednesday, thanks to that east breeze, but with mostly sunny skies. I'm Storm Tracker meteorologist Robert Pointer.
Thank you to Archive Dive for their support. The monthly history podcast, hosted by Superior Telegram reporter Maria Lockwood, dips into the archives of historic events, people, and places around Superior and Douglas County. You can find the latest episode of Archive Dive at superiortelegram.com or wherever you also get this podcast. Reporting for today's episode was done by Peter Passy and Terry Caddo. Thank you for listening to Duluth News Tribune Minute. Have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.